Welcome to One Verse Homily, where we look at one verse at a time in the Bible. We are currently in the book of Genesis, and I'm going to be looking at chapter 1, verse 5, and I'm going to read this in the English Standard Version, so follow along with me in that version or any version that you choose, and we will look at this and unpack some of our observations, and please field any questions or comments down below so that I can learn from you as well. So here we go. God called the light day, and the darkness he called night. And there was evening, and there was morning, the first day. Now, verse 5 builds on the aspect of light, where God spoke light into existence, and then he separated it from the darkness. And now he's naming it. He's calling light day, and the darkness he's calling night. And there was evening, and there was morning, the first day. What's interesting about chapter 1 in Genesis, and the way that our minds think, is we force these verses to be chronological. It's easy to want to put these into our box of comfort and the way we think, and assume that we have it figured out. But as we look at this and as we go through each of these verses in chapter 1, we will see that yes, it's talking about God's order of creation, but is the order that we're perceiving the way that it actually happened? Now, I know that times I've really begged and asked God to give more detail on aspects of his creation. We want to know all the items of how he did it, and lay out all the formulas, but that's obviously not his intent through the scripture. And as we look at Genesis 1, this is a very abbreviated version of the creation account. He gives this to us in this fashion for a reason. He wants us to be able to trust that when he created the universe, when he created earth, when he created you and me, he created us and all of creation for his own ends, and he created us for a purpose. And the purpose gets unfolded throughout Scripture. But for the sake of this verse today, verse 5, we know that God is the Lord of the day and the Lord of the night. He named them, he created them, and then, evening and morning, the first day. Was this a literal first day? Let me know down in the comments below. What do you think? Was it a literal day like we have now? Or was the day millions of years? Obviously, God doesn't give us those details here in Scripture. Not that we want to get caught up in this debate about how long that is, but I'd like to get your viewpoint on that. The other thing here, when we think about this, is God created the day and the night for a particular purpose. It's part of his initial creation here. And how are we supposed to live each day in a way that honors him? And also to realize that our lives we are bound by time. We are bound by the day and the night. And how can we live in a way that honors him, no matter whether it's daytime or evening, because he owns both. He can see clearly in both realms. So let's ask ourselves, how can we honor him today? How can we honor him tonight? So I appreciate you watching this. Be sure to subscribe to my channel. Hit the notification bell so that you can get all of the verses that I share as they go up. And I will look forward to seeing you in the next video.